Hello and welcome back to Fenton Gaming Plays Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I'm your host Fenton. In this Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video, we're about to enter Luculla Forest and knock out the first two side quests in there. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit notification bell so be update and more. Please note, make sure you have the Bloodstone in order to do these two side quests, otherwise you have to skip them. Then come back later on to do the two side quests. So it is time to go inside this forest.
Hail, Source Hunter! Good to see you've reached Luculla Forest. There were times when I came to this neck of the woods just to whiff its wholesome air. Alas, that it is thick with sorcery these days. It surrounds us here, like an invisible mist. Takes cat's eyes to see it creep. Even so, it's plain as day to the east, all about Ikara's cabin. Immaculate's beset it, no doubt under Leandra's orders. If she has ordered such thorough defenses of her sister's cabin, we may be certain that whatever lies within will be a prize more precious than butter-baked plaice. That means Ikara herself must be there, Hunter, and it is essential that you find her. Only she can shed light on the details of Leandra's plans. Ha! Zigzags would see you dash rather than mosey. But matters such as these require a thoughtful approach. Leandra and her cronies may be lunatics all, but they're far from brainless. So be wary, Hunter, and be safe.
That's Arhu's Fire and Earth Shop. However, there's a better one in Silverglen. So for now, we're going to go ahead and search for the side quest. So let's go check this direction.
Poor man. It seems he was eaten by a beast.
Well, partially eaten, to be more precise.
That was very interesting. Looks like there's a trail of blood. We're going to go ahead and avoid bridges. Reason being is, in Divinity Original Sin 1, they're guarded by trolls. I am dead serious. They're using that myth in this game, which I don't mind at all because I felt like that was really fun. Anyways, the side quest, an amount of healing magic. It requires a Bloodstone. Now, I have the Bloodstone from Evelyn. Yeah, when I defeat her in her hideout. Now, I could definitely do it. If you do not have a Bloodstone, avoid the area like the plague and go straight to Silverglen. So, anyways, I do have it. So, I'm going to heal the creature. Before that, we're going to give another trait choice. Now, you don't like the one I'm doing, pick the exact opposite. I advise definitely healing the creature because it gets you to another side quest and some more experience points. Y'all want experience points, right? So what I'm going to do is start this first side quest of the video, then I will return afterwards.
You there, your night ship. Oh, please come to our aid. My wife and I are stranded here. Oh, we're refugees, my liege. Two of the far too few souls that managed to escape Hunter's Edge when the orcs invaded. We were hoping to reach Silverglen, but we were attacked by highwaymen.
Added them to his dinner once and
Those
he saw
devils would have scalped and skewered us if it hadn't been for Alfie. Oh, the brave creature bit one of them in half, though not before being frightfully wounded himself. Oh, it was naught but a small stop for trading folk along the long road south to Sicil. We got along all right, but now our little home's finally been undone. Orcs invaded, and the source hunter who was meant to protect us didn't save a one of us. Bravest beast of burden in the borough is Alfie, but the poor blighter's bleeding like a stuck pig and can't move no more, which means we can't move no more either. Why, it would be folly to abandon a bandit killer in a wood full of bandits now, wouldn't it, your night ship? Besides, all our worldly wealth is strapped to his back. We'd be destitute without it. And yet, we can hardly stay here forever. Silverglen is close enough to see the chimney fumes from here. Mara absolutely refuses to leave Alfie's side, and like I said, I'm inclined to agree with her. If only... a stout champion would, step up and lend us a hand. Oh, we'd be mighty grateful if you would escort us to Silverglen, your knightship, for it is our aim to set up shop there, a new smithy in a new town. Without Alfie, though, without the tools he carries, I'd be like a fisherman without his rod, grasping for salmon with his bare hands. Never could I produce the quality of work for which I'm renowned. Our predicament is clear, and the biggest problem is that Alfie's wounds are so dire, no ordinary healing potion will work. He needs... well, I don't know what he needs, but they say miracle cures are produced by the priests of Silverglen. Oh, we are, my liege, though like I said, it would grieve us dearly to leave Alfie behind.
Oh dear, my nerves are all shot.
You're right. We should try to heal Alfie first.
Indeed. He carries your belongings, after all.
I'm glad you've agreed Alfie needs to be saved before we can depart. Please leave no stone unturned in your search for a concoction that will heal his wounds.
Besides the trait point, I just got the one I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and make a save and then use the Bloodstone on the creature. So this way I have access to the next side quest called the Escort Job. So let's heal him up.
But how about you?
The pain! Demons take all bandits. I bit one of the buggers in two, and still he stabbed and stabbed before he finally croaked. I have no idea what I am really, only that I was caught in a snare when I was very little. Luckily, the hunter thought I didn't look quite appetising enough to be eaten, and so he sold me to Mara. Bjorn didn't like the look of me at first, but when I grew strong, stronger than 5 stallions combined, I was suddenly promoted to carrier beast. Were that I was weak, for I loathed carrying things. Bless your heart merely to suggest it, my friend, but you'll need powerful magic indeed to cure this devilish gash. I've heard they dabble in healing rituals in Silverglen, which is, ironically, the very place we're unable to reach, us three. A Bloodstone? Then it is in your power to heal me. Will you?
We have the means to save this animal, and so we shall.
That would be the kind thing to do, yes.
My word! Well, this is marvellous! Nay, miraculous! Outlaws be damned! I am healed!
A bandit?
As powerful as it is sinister.
It's nothing but a squirrel. Oh dear, my nerves are all shot.
What do you say, your knightship? Will you escort us to Silverglen? We are your knightship. With Alfie healed, we're raring to go. Right you are, Sir Knight. This is it, Mara. You and Alfie stick close together now. Onward, to Silverglen.
What was that? A bandit? Oh no. It's nothing but a squirrel. Oh God.
I made a save just in case things go sideways. Now, here's the good news and bad news about this side quest. Great news is it's just one combat. Bad news is it's 7 bandits, and they vary from range, melee, and loves to cast magic. Yeah, if I remember right, if the creature dies, then I believe the shop will not open. The guy dies, same thing too. The lady dies, I think the shop opens, but he's depressed or something like that. You want all 3 there. This way, you get a nice boost in reputation from this guy in his shop, and plus a reputation point. I mean, come on, you cannot lose for that. Now, great news about the battle, I forgot to mention. It is near Silverglen, and yes, the guards there will actually help you out. You'll see why. Other than that, keep the 3 alive, and you got this. And yeah, if there's about to be oil, go ahead and cast a rain spell too.
Come, spin your web for me.
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Kiss of the serpent.
I prefer to drive my sorrows with ale.
Lightning flash!
Ah! Someone, help me, please!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Don't have a leg to stand on.
On the mend.
prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Sweet relief.
That. A trifle, my dear.
Ah! Someone, help me, please!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
One bolt is never enough.
that wasn't bad at all. That was really fun. Everybody lived, everybody's alive, even the guards too. I'm going to try to quickly grab some of this as much as possible. Anything that I cannot, I'll most definitely get off screen or something like that, or next 2 episodes. So we're almost at Silverglen. Once we arrive, guards will stop us. When we get some information, Jahan will stop us again inside Silverglen, and we're going to be able to complete the Escort Job side quest afterwards, which is a great thing. I mean, we are about to get the maximum reward. This is what you definitely want. So let me go ahead and heal up, get to the point. Once I am done with this side quest, I'll get to the waypoint of Silverglen. So let's start all this now.
In the name of the goddess, halt. Who goes there? In that case, you can rest easy, Hunter. There is no source to be found here, only the glory of Immaculates. Why, it's Silverglen, of course. Once the abode of miners, now the abode of the faithful. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what a stranger's ears, but you must know that but a short while ago a frightful sickness felled us by the dozen until she who speaks for the goddess brought us a cure. She showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. That is why we now live a life of devoutness and civility, so that we may become immaculate. But I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess. Be welcome, therefore, to Silverglen. Blessed be all Immaculates.
The Immaculates
The
here
world
seem to
is
be a
not
friendly enough
immaculate
bunch.
as yet, friend.
Seem
Be
being the
wary.
operative word.
Be vigilant.
Let's remain vigilant.
The degenerates here claim they have been cleansed, but I can still smell the stink of persisting putrescence wafting from their grimy flesh. Silverglen. This place sickens me. As you know, I once carried the burden of disease upon emaciated shoulders. Perhaps I had better explain in greater detail. By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale. It went like this, Hunter. If a ghoul I had become, so a dark turn of thought convinced me. A ghoul's methods I should employ to escape the labyrinthian crypt of corporeal corruption. A necromancer I'd be. Yes, only from deep within the deliriums of death would I tunnel my way back into the gardens of life. I did unspeakable things in the dusky dungeons that twist like forgotten veins to long-deceased organs far beneath my castle's sunlit halls. Halls which held my throne and held the bed upon which Heraka slept, her very touch blessing the satin she reposed upon. Still there came no relief. Perversions I created in scores, but they were mere undead all. Creatures so piteous that the thought of cheating death in their guise frightened me more than the swing of the scythe itself. Like mosquitoes in the night, panic and despair beset me until I turned to that darkest of all arts, demonology. It had to be. There was no other way. I could feel the life slipping out of me like love out of a betrayed spouse's heart. So I studied tomes so old the dust that fell from their centuries' unperused pages never knew the light of the stars that now shine. I drew forbidden symbols. I spoke unhallowed words, and from the smoke that rose like a dragon's last breath, a demon appeared to me and said, "Ask, O blighted king, and you shall have." "Just tell me," I cried. "Tell me what ails me." Heraka. Never had I known a single word can cut deeper than the sharpest of daggers. With maddening glee, the demon told me she was one of his kin, a soul-swallowing horror that had been feeding on both my body and my spirit like a leech. An ancient being was she, that moved from king to king throughout the ages, filling their hearts with love, then draining them of life. After such revelations, does one truly desire to live on? Death seemed like a mother then, welcoming me with her all will be well embrace. Yet still I feared exceedingly her seemingly sweet caress, and the oblivion that would follow. Release me from her, demon, and give me back the strength of a sick, free existence. So went my desperate plea. It smiled, of course it did. Smiled bare 100 razors as its eyes came alight with infernal fire. 1,000 years I will give you, it whispered. But then your soul shall be mine to incarcerate in the depths of hellish nemesis. As for your throne, that I'll have now. What say you, O brittle king? Do you accept my terms? I think you know the answer to that question, Hunter. But I've said enough for now. These memories are painful to recollect. So let us turn to the rest of them later. Good. No use in standing about.
Well, well, well. So our very own demon hunter once dabbled in the so-called darkest of arts himself.
A man so utterly betrayed and dying will grasp at any straw. I can hardly blame him.
Neither can I. Clearly his great love was almost the very death of him. She broke his heart in more ways than one, and I too would go to any length to repair it.
Silverglen! We did it! Oh, you did it! Oh, Mara, my love! Truly have we been delivered. You live, Alfie lives, and I do too. Oh, joyous hour! I still can't believe it! Silverglen! What is to become of us here, I wonder? Oh, but I know, don't I? A blacksmith I was in Hunter's Edge, and a blacksmith I'll remain, for such is my one purpose in life. Aye, come what may, your knightship, I thank you for standing by me, by us, during our hour of need. I thank you.
The Escort Job side quest is now done and over with before I actually go into the end of time again to get the nether room, because I used the, what do you call it, Bloodstone, and I got the Star Stone. After that, it turned to that stone that's no longer useful. Yeah, I'm still collecting them as my tally. When you arrive here, first thing you want to do is definitely get the waypoint. You do not, I repeat, I'm going to say again, do not do anything else in this town until you get the waypoint. Always get your waypoints in areas like this. You may never know, you might need to go to the end of time. You might need to go somewhere else. Still, it's always nice to have. That's not a good way. Okay. I think next two videos I'll take care of business there. So once I do find a waypoint, I'm going to immediately get to the end of time in order to get the next room. And I'll explain briefly what that room's all about. Let's make sure I'm doing this right. That's the one to the entrance of the forest, where I already got that automatically from the we call it from exiting side seal. That's why I want it. So let's get the other one. It should be around this direction. And yes, I'm avoiding the church too. In fact, I'm saving that later on. And we're almost there. I'm always scouting ahead, and voila, there it is. So we're going to go into the end of time. Then I'm going to check out this new room. I'll return after all that is said and done.
Aha! We meet again, and well met you are. Did you know I've constructed a little theory about you both? Yes, I have indeed. The theory is this. You are not you. Or rather, you are you, but you is not all there is to you. And that goes for both of you. But I see you're staring at me like a cow stuck in an astronomy lesson, so let me start again. think that you carry two souls inside of you. One that belongs to the mortal human beings that you are now, and one that belongs to certain someones with whom we've both become acquainted. You remember that segment of the tapestry your efforts helped to mend, don't you? The two great generals? How they led the battle against the Void's first attack on Rivellon? It would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Your connection to the Void, your presence here at the end of time. True, the mystery of Starstone remains, but at this rate, we'll have it sorted out in 2 shakes of Arhu's tail. As luck would have it, a new portal awaits. Perhaps answers do as well. So, onward.
A second soul? Do you think it could be true?
Why not? You don't have to convince me there's something infinitely great innate to my being.
Huh. Yes. Just look at the events we've set in motion. Our souls are meant to soar, and they'll soar yet.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
What have we here? A study?
Wonderful. About time you got an education.
Guardians, dear guardians, when I see your faces, it is like the barriers of time tumble in upon themselves. But oh, how my heart aches when I think of the duty you adopted. It was more than even the gods had the right to ask of you. You did not want it, but you took it upon yourselves nonetheless, though many wailed and many wept. In a ruptured world, wherein all resolve had crumbled, you renounced life and liberty to stand guard and protect every last morsel of creation. When I despair, I think of your sacrifice. In my darkest hours, I cherish the resolve that was you.
I suppose it's a good thing to be cherished.
Even though apparently we had to give up life and liberty for that to happen.
I forgot to do before ending the video was explore the shop. It would have took a little bit, about 5 minutes or so, going through the dialogue. It's one of those special shops where it not only gives out secrets, but also I think it was 6K plus gives you some kind of book that gives you attributes or a skill point or something like that. Other than that, that's all its usefulness is in this room. Still, search everywhere because RNG might be in your favor. In my case, it wasn't in this video. Let me get rid of that. And that's a worthless item. I don't want it to anyways in my backpack. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And heal her up too. I will say this. The forest, not bad so far. 2 side quests is out of the way and we're already reached Silverglen. I call that a one full day. As soon as I'm all done and set up, I'm going to go ahead and give a nice recap for this video. And here is the recap. We met our favorite person who loves being a cat, gave us some good advice. Then we found a merchant, his wife, and some kind of funky creature. After using my pet pal talent, we found out the creature needs to be healed. Used my Bloodstone that I gotten from Evelyn, healed it up, then escorted 3 to Silverglen and took out a group of bandits and had a good time doing so. Well, everyone, this is it for my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough the Escort Job side quest video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the barbecue.